Aquarius, this is your week ahead astrology forecast by Astrology Motivation from Born Without Boundaries. In these weekly videos, we review the major planetary aspects and transits and how they impact your natal sun and what that means for your day-to-day every single week. This is the week of June 21st to the 27th. I've got my notes ready for you guys. Gotta write them down. We're going to start out really broad with the big stuff that really concerns everybody. And then we're going to focus down into Aquarius specific energies. And then we're going to move into the decans so that I can pinpoint exactly for your birth date and your natal suns how these energies are impacting you, because it's not going to impact you all the same. This is not based on house placements at all, so it's not traditional horoscopes. This is 100% analyzing what is actually happening to your natal sun right now, as if I was reading your chart. If you have a chart, that's awesome. That's the most accurate. But for this reading, what you need is your birth date. That's all you need to know, and you'll be able to understand it and enjoy this reading. But if you want to go ahead and get your natal chart, then go on and get your natal chart. It's free. It's easy. You do need your birth date, which you already have, your birth time, and your birth location. But legitimately, these websites generate these free charts within seconds. So once you have it, you have it. You can download it, and yay, it's just an awesome thing when you start diving into your natal chart for the first time. It's very interesting. So Aquarius, let's get into the big stuff. Now, there's a lot of big stuff happening because almost everything is concerning Saturn this week. Saturn is extremely active right now, even though it's in retrograde. It's really kind of the best of itself. It's just really in a beautiful position. I'm talking to you about Saturn because Saturn is your traditional ruler. Just because Uranus came along and took over doesn't mean Saturn stopped influencing you guys. It has a lot to do with why you're such a fixed sign, you know? So maybe you don't know. That's why. Saturn is the fixed of the fixed energy. It fixes the energy and makes the rules about it. So we'll get into what's going on with Saturn. Really, we're going to start in the big stuff. So what's the big stuff? Today, the 21st, we begin Cancer season. Happy Cancer season to all your Cancerian friends and loved ones. The sun moves into Cancer on the 21st. That's what's happening. As the sun moves into Cancer, it is also part of a grand water trine with Saturn in Pisces at 7 degrees Pisces and the south node in Scorpio at 1 degree south node. I'm sorry, 1 degree Scorpio. So, whoa. You know what this means? This means harmony in who we are, the talents that we have, and now we're ready to show it. We know practically and responsibly, we've matured, we know how to use it, and we're ready to show it and be recognized for it. This is a very progressive and successful energy, and I frickin' love it. Another energy that I love is going on this week. That is Jupiter sextile Saturn. One of the most not fortuitous, but progressive and optimistic energies. Listen, I know what Saturn is. But when you have a sextile, because most people don't talk about what Jupiter can be either. When you have a sextile, you bring out the best of both of them. And what's the best of Saturn? Maturity, self-control, responsibility, practicality, tenacity, all those things. Saturnian energy combined with the best of Jupiter, optimism, curiosity, learning, receptivity, and adventuresomeness. Guys, this is such a beautiful energy for progress and moving forward. I can feel the optimism from here. I love it. I also love this Venus conjunct Mars energy, which we talked a little bit about last week. It's really sexy. It's sexual. It's sexual vitality and passion. And it's happening in the sign of Leo, which is the sign of romance and courage. And look at me, I'm gorgeous. I love to fall in love. Stop. That's freaking awesome. But to make it even more awesome, we have that conjunction between Venus and Mars trine to Chiron. What does that mean? Catharsis, healing, the trauma, the past, that crap is over and it's gone. And it's got a lot to do with self-acceptance and sexual revolution, because you know why, and this involves you guys too. This Venus conjunction to Mars is not only trine Chiron, it's square to Uranus, which is saying, I am not going to take it anymore. I am not going to be who other people tell me. I am not going to go along with what is planned and what is expected. I am ready to revolt and be healthier and happier and heal my wounds and accept my sexuality and my sensuality and my attractiveness. I love this energy. I really do. So let's talk a little bit about Saturn, your ruling dignitaries. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's start with Aquarius. We really don't have any major planetary aspects or transits. I'm sure if you go full chart with all the asteroids and stuff, you'll find something in Aquarius. But the big ones, the big players, not so much. No, nothing's really there anymore after Pluto retrograded back into Capricorn. So Aquarius is wide open. But our ruling dignitaries are not. Saturn. Saturn is in a great spot. I love it. It's retrograde. It's in Pisces, 7 degrees. It is part of the grand trine with the Sun and the South Node, and it is sextile Jupiter. I don't think that Saturn has ever been so happy and optimistic ever. It is just really, Saturn is almost sunshiny right now. Cray, but true. And when you have the great restrictor and authoritarian being all breezy and sunshiny, it's like, who'd you fall in love with? This is beautiful, optimistic energy, but it's still got that maturity and groundedness of Saturn. So it's real. It's real. And I fucking love it. We have Uranus as well. Uranus is square to Mars conjunct to Venus, which means it's switching things up. Sexual revolution, baby. And from the 25th to the 27th, it's going to be trine the moon and semi-square the sun. Things could get delightfully weird around this time, especially for you guys. But with the semi-square to the sun, there's just agitation, a little bit of irritation, like maybe a little bit of stubbornness, or I want to change. What's going on with me? I want something different about myself. And then the moon card, trine the moon, is that I'm feeling good about my weirdness. Feeling good about the strangeness. I'm feeling good about the surprises, right? And being unexpected. So some delightful weirdness could come through between the 25th and the 27th. Now let's get into the decans. All right, guys. So pull out your natal chart if you have it. If you don't, sit back. It's fine. If your natal sun is in Aquarius between 0 and 9 degrees Aquarius, it falls in the first decan of Aquarius. You are Aquarius ones. Your birth dates usually correlate to the Capricorn cusp, end of January. So you are January Aquarian, say from the 22nd of January to maybe the 31st of January, maybe some years the 1st of February. That's around where your birthdays fall. You are conjunct to Pluto still, especially if you are a Capricorn cusp. 100% your life is still, your sense of self is still changing dynamically, and it will for the next couple of years. You are becoming something different, and you are very formidable, and people will feel your energy and take you more seriously than they ever have. Just an FYI. You also have a square to the nodes, which means you are crossing the corner. You are turning a corner in your life. You are heading out of your comfort zone, and you have the strength and courage to go into those things that will challenge you more, but your future focus. This is a turning point in your life, especially with that conjunction to Pluto. You also have a longer term aspect, a square to Jupiter, which means growing, fast, rapid growth, even stubbornness in that rapid growth. Sometimes you can move too quickly for yourself, but ultimately it is kind of optimistic, I gotta tell you. You have a long-term sextile to Neptune, only if you are at the cusp, though, the Capricorn cusps. This is a birthday like January 2nd, January 22nd, January 23rd, around there. And for those of you who are January 21st, because Aquarius season started on the 21st that year, yes, it would be you too. This is creativity. This is a sextile to Neptune, is harmonious, it's loving, it's dreamy, but in the best sense, where the imagination let it run wild. This is finding opportunities through your creative abilities, maybe even finding creative abilities that you never knew existed. And then we have this week a quincunx to the sun That means for this week, it could cause a little bit of tension when it comes to clashing against egos, your ego getting frustrated or feeling offended more easily than it usually does. Take a breath, count to 10, and don't rush things. You'll get through it. All right, you ready? Aquarius 2s. So yeah, Aquarius 2s. If your natal sun is between 10 and 19 degrees Aquarius, you are Aquarius 2s. This would correlate to those February 1st through 10th birthdays, in and around there. Okay. Venus conjunct Mars. I gotta say this. So this is for Aquarius. Let me just do Aquarius 2s first. Your natal suns are sextile to Chiron. This means you are finding inspiration and purpose through the traumas that you've been put through in your life. You're finding a way to help yourself, and by healing, you're finding a way to heal yourself by helping others. This could be your life purpose right now, or what's driving you for the next couple of years. 2 years before, 2 years after. Absolutely. We also have this week a square to Jupiter. If you are born at the first, around the 1st or 2nd, you will already start feeling this square to Jupiter. This is, once again, expecting things to move really quickly and moving really fast, and you'll have to calm your ass down through breathing and grounding exercises. You are in opposition to the Venus conjunction to Mars. So there's some sexual frustration here when it comes to that sexual revelation or revolution. A sense of it really testing your sense of self or who you are. Or something to do with protests and stuff, really challenging what you feel or who you are, or maybe making you scared about even speaking up. But that's going to be really conflicting this week. So it may not be personal, it may be public or community, because you are Aquarians, right? Your sun is in Aquarius, but it's conflicting. Somehow creating a conflict in your world. Could also be personal, yes. Revelations that are sexual revolution that is making you uncomfortable, or just feeling really sexually frustrated right now. And then we have for this week, from the 21st to the 22nd, if you were born around the 9th and 10th of February, you're going to feel that trine to Mercury. So in the beginning of this week, enjoy it, because trine to Mercury's make you very articulate. If you have anything important to sign, if you have anything important to say, any tests, any mental acuity you need, do it today or tomorrow. This is your blessing, especially if you're born around the 9th or 10th. Now, what I was going to say is this opposition to the Venus conjunct Mars is actually really going to mainly affect those born with the birth dates between the 8th and the 13th. Those are estimates, but the 8th and the 13th of February. That's really going to impact you, especially this opposition. Those points that I made about the opposition, they're really going to impact you. Birthdays 8th to the 13th, FYI. Let's go on to Aquarius 3s. So Aquarius 3s, if your natal sun is between 9 and 29 degrees Aquarius, you were born in the 3rd decan of Aquarius, and you are Aquarius 3s. This correlates to sort of mid to end, so from the 11th to the 21st of February, kind of the last 10 days of the season. Now, I know actually Aquarius usually ends around the 19th, 20th. We have the whole leap year thing, but it would definitely be up to the Pisces cusp, including the Pisces cuspers, definitely. Aquarius 3s. If you were born around the 11th or 12th, your natal suns are already sextile to Chiron. So you're already going to feel that power, or probably for the past year you've been feeling it. It's already starting to impact you, where you'll start to feel like you're just what you've been through, you need to do something with. And it's inspiring you to change things, stick up for other people, or open opportunities for yourself by helping others. It's just going to be sort of like, maybe even feel like your life's purpose, because you want to share what you've learned by the shit you've been through. It's already going to start impacting you. All of you are square to Uranus if you are born in the 3rd decan, which means odd curveballs coming up, change is happening, and challenges, like oddities that are challenging who you are or who you think you are. Yup, absolutely. Strange things is happening. You also have a trine to Mercury all week long, all of you. So this is a real blessing. This is a great time to sign important paperwork. You know, take those tests. Your mental acuity and your ability to communicate what you're thinking will be off the hook this week. So take advantage of it. This is really helpful energy for you guys. You're also, if you are a Pisces cusp, you're trine to the sun, which means you are ready to shine. You are ready to be happy. You love yourself. You're confident. You've got a lot of courage, and people are just seeing you glow. So, or shine, not glow. Shine. You're just shining. And I love this energy. It's very confident. It's very courageous. So especially for those of you who are at the Pisces cusp with a trine to the Mercury and trine to the sun, this is a beautiful week for you to get things done and to move people, especially with your words. Fill out that application. Write that email. Call somebody. Just do it. You're going to be blessed. At the very end of the week, if you were born between... Oh, no, I already said that, though. I already said that because I said the Venus-Mars conjunction, the opposition to the Venus-Mars conjunction, is really primarily affecting the people who are born between the 8th and the 13th, in and around there, of February. Just an FYI. Yep, nothing else to say. I love you guys. Thank you. So I hope you got something from this. Please share your comments below. Please like this video and subscribe to Astrology Motivation. And then come on over to Born Without Boundaries Tarot for your week ahead tarot card reading. I love you guys. Oh, announcement. If you missed last week's video, it's because it didn't upload. I was away. I was back in Connecticut with my mom and for my best friend's wedding. I know I made the videos, but I was in a space where I could only upload through 5G, and some videos did not get uploaded. I didn't even realize this. And so I'm frustrated. I'm just as frustrated as you are. Yes, from now on, only if there's some sort of technical mishap will I skip videos. My general rule is there's always 12 videos. So I hope you enjoy this week. I'm sorry about the problems last week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, guys.